I have two albums to share with you guys today. I wanted to do this because they're two of my favorite albums ever, and I got them like back to back, and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to talk to people about this. The first one I'm gonna be talking about, my beautiful girlfriend Courtney gave me. This is the fantastic Planete soundtrack. I got this one the other day, and later we're gonna talk about this thing I got the other day. I'm super excited about. This is the fantastic Planete soundtrack. Super good movie and super good soundtrack. If you've never watched Fantastic Planet, I highly encourage it. There is dialogue, but not that much dialogue, which is why I cherish the album, the soundtrack so much. It replaces a lot of the dialogue and creates so much. It just intensifies so much more of an already intense and strange movie. It just makes everything just even stranger and cooler. There's a ton of imagery from the movie on this album. It's a love letter to the movie and composer. It even comes with a little book. The booklet talks about the history of not just the soundtrack, but the movie as well, and comes with some scenes from the movie, which is super awesome and cool. Look at that. Yeah, this movie's already nuts, but the soundtrack, I mean, I'm just going in circles. The soundtrack just intensifies everything. I have my notes over here. Let me see what I said. Okay. Whenever this album plays, or whenever I watch a movie or play the album, I try to put myself in the shoes of the composer. And I'm just like, okay, you see this movie that's just nuts. It's on an alien planet with these blue drag people. Like, what am I supposed to do? And I was just reminded of our world and our vast, lively rainforests and whatever lies in the deep blue sea. And it's just like, there's so many places on Earth that just feels alien. There's so many places on Earth that don't feel like Earth. And I think a lot of the setting on this album, or of the movie, I guess both, is an alien. It's an alien planet. I mean, it's like confirmed. It's obviously an alien planet. But I think a lot of the setting in this movie would be like the rainforest in the deep seas of here. Which is already like alien, which means he was tasked to make a soundtrack for an alien planet's alien world. So like Alien Squared. If you're like getting what I'm putting down, that's like the best way I can explain it. He just had to make it weird and nuts, and that's what he did. He did it super well. He used a combination of primitive and, at the time, futuristic instruments. You hear a ton of synths and new rock pedal sounds, but you also hear a bunch of primitive percussion in the back. It's a mix of two very different sounds, and I think that was 100% intentional. I think it just shows like this world, no matter how futuristic it is, like these drag aliens, they're like 1,000 years ahead of us technologically. So that's like where the futuristic instrumentation comes in. But you also hear that primitive, raw, hungry energy of like the percussions and other instruments I can't name off the top of my head that battles the futuristic instruments in my head. And it just kind of just goes to tell you that no matter how technologically advanced we get, we'll always have that part of us that's just human animal instinct. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about this movie. Watch this. Alright. This is Yellow Magic Orchestra's Solid State Survivor. I got this yesterday with Charlie and Kira. It was at a vinyl event, the biggest vinyl record CD cassette event in the whole world, supposedly, and I believe it. It was nuts. So many people were there. It was so much fun. This was the only album I got for myself, so I didn't splurge, which I'm kind of proud of myself for doing. And this is a really effing cool album to get from a place like that. I could never get this from like Guesser Records, or like the only way I would have gotten this would be at an event like that. And this album is super cool, and it, as a bonus, it's signed by all the members, which makes it like a million times cooler. It was $30, so I'm not sure of the legitimacy of these signatures. I'm not gonna question it though. I'm just gonna tell myself it's real, so I'm happy. But yeah, this album is nuts. It came out in the late 70s. It was super ahead of its time. Like, they're all so cool. They're all mogging this album cover. It is so awesome. It's really cool to be a pioneer of anything in art, right? You're the first person to do something. Good job. Good job. You're ahead of the curve. Wow. I think that's one thing. But it's another thing to be a pioneer in the electronic genre of music. I think that is like a million, like that is just incredibly like cool and awesome, and that's these guys. I mean, I am stretching it a bit. Electronic music has been around like almost like a decade before this album. But like, come on. Like late 60s electronic music, like it was just like buzzing, bro. Like, come on. Like these guys, I consider them pioneers of electronic music. They made electronic music. Okay, hold on. Let's take a few steps back. Okay, it's true that electronic music was like a decade before them. People were making electronic music for a while. But I think it is also true that the way Yellow Magic Orchestra handled electronic music, and the way they sequenced everything, and the way they layered all the instrumentation together, I feel like their way of electronic music was never done before. And I also think it can't be denied that electronic music was not the same after this album. Wikipedia, I was reading it, it said this is the first computer album. It was like the first computer, like that's like the center idea. It's like, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. But yeah, this album I was listening to it, and it's just like, there at least like once in like every single song off the album, I'd be like, oh, that part of the chorus of this song kind of reminds me of Daft Punk. Oh, the lead on this song kind of reminds me of like, I don't know, some other, not even electronic artist, just like, doesn't have to be electronic, maybe like rock artist. Oh, the last song on the first side kind of sounded like it belonged in Minecraft. And I was just like getting all these connections in my head, and I was like, why am I like getting all these connections? And I think I realized that I'm hearing the album every artist today took some inspiration from. I feel like this album, Electric Magic Orchestra, after this album they became probably the biggest band in Japan. So, and they like spread across like way outstretched Japan. I mean, I have this in my hands right now. So I mean, most awesome artists today definitely listened to this album, definitely took something away from this album. I will also mention a story about effing Michael Jackson. He covered one of the songs off this album. What was it? Behind the Mask. and it was going to go on his Thriller album, like literally the biggest album ever. But the record company behind Yellow Magic Orchestra, it was just like some messy ordeal, and it just didn't happen. It's one thing to be covered by Michael Jackson, right? Like, wow, you like made it. You got covered by Michael Jackson. It is another thing for your cover song to almost be on like the best-selling album of all time. Like, come on, like these guys really like did their thing, and they did it hard. Like this album is nuts. It is awesome. It's electronic. It's computer. It's just like it's the groundwork for music today, and I just couldn't say enough good things about the album. I think that's all the notes I have. Yeah. Two very good albums. I recommend you guys listen to both. See ya.